What up, lovelies? This is Mike Jimmy, CEO of Ferguson and the creator of Life On Cora, now back with our 7th issue in the series, The Bond. Life On Cora is a series of one-shots, building a world one story at a time. A couple of years ago, I went in the world and I told a couple of writers to go have fun in my sandbox. And so they did. Each adventure is unique and adds just a bit more to make this world feel more and more alive. They can be read separately and all contain a complete story. In our upcoming release, you follow Sevier and Avil on their journey into maturity and find out if their friendship breaks down in rage or whether their bond is stronger than bad emotions. Now on Kickstarter and Fund My Comic.
I am not enjoying this.
I think I'm enjoying it.
I'm not sure I'll even remember this.
Still my favorite scene.
That was really fun when we did that. I
yes.
remember that when we recorded the voices for it. It was really fun. That was like what?
Yeah, that's nearly 2 years ago. It's that fast,
right? And it's like so. Oh my goodness! So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Normally I do the intro. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, happy time zone, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I am joined by the lovely Daphne Lage.
Hello.
Because we're doing some fan art today.
Yeah. It's not like your other stuff isn't fun art,
No, fan art. I said fan.
Oh, fine art.
Fun, no, fun. Fan.
Fan art. Oh, fan art. Yes, technically, yes. That is it. It's certainly fan art that I've never seen before, because I've never had anybody try to. Well, no, that's not true. I had somebody animate something from Tall Tales, but they never finished it. But that's animation in general. But this is like the first. So this is technically the second time someone's tried to animate my work.
Sweet. Okay, so for the people at home who don't know what we're talking about, and I'm sorry if you don't, first of all, can you upload the Egoraven trailer on here?
Oh, you see, I haven't made the trailer yet.
Okay, fair enough. Guys,
I haven't made the trailer yet, but
the link is in the is in the show notes, it's in the description, it's in the chat, it's everywhere. And this is what we're working on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's give first, it's like for everybody who's just joining us for the first time and don't know who the heck I am to begin with.
Yes.
It's like, hello, my name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which actually I should grab my copies right here. I should grab it's like my furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, and I am also known for my medieval fantasy drama Egoraven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which actually returns to Kickstarter in about less than a month. The link is in the show. Well, is in the chat right now. So if you want to check it out and sign up for the pre-launch page for Volume 2, this is Volume 1 that I have in my hand right now. So this campaign is for Volume 2 for everybody. If you missed out on any of my previous campaigns, this is the one to jump on. You can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can also check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage Art. And if you are joining us, you might while you're here, while you're at my channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. So there you go.
She's better at it than I am.
It's practice, I guess. It's just practice and cue cards.
Yes. Okay.
I always work from cue cards.
Speaking of cue cards, guys, if you don't know yet, I want to thank all my patrons. I only have 2 of them, and they are awesome right now. And they are creature creators. For $1, you get an insight into all the background stuff that I do for Life On Cora and all the other things that I publish. And for €5, you can decide on what kind of creature I create for Life On Cora next every single month. There is a poll with 3 entries, and you can help me decide on making stuff like this, or this, or this, or this. I think that's about it.
Ha.
Yeah, it should be. All right, let's get animating. And there we go.
There we go.
OBS.
So this was originally actually a set of comic book panels that I had done recently for Egoraven issue 13. I'm trying to open up the actual that's the cover. Okay. Trying to open up the here it is. The actual page where it comes from to kind of give everyone a hello everyone, kind of like a reference for. I just got to be careful because there are spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Issue. No, I got it. So let's see. So actually, let me open up the sequence first. Let's see. Where is it? Is this it? No, that's the original. Is this? Well, no. This is the original. But okay. Well, I mean, I do have. Okay, hold on. Okay, I do have this. So this is the page where it originally references from.
Yes.
So this is a dance sequence that I drew out, and the original idea that I had for it was that I wanted it to look animated because it's based on just a general thing that Wendy Peeney and ElfQuest does with her pages, where she does these kind of like animated looking sequences, panel sequences, right? So this is kind of based on that. So what I was doing is I'm also working on something else over here. We'll get to see that in a minute. So what I had wanted to do was I spent like a day just watching like ballroom dancing videos on YouTube, and I ended up. Is this it? Oh, is this the right? Is this it? What is this? What? Oh, is this the original? No. That's you know what? I don't know what Clip Studio.
Oh no, it's on the left.
Oh, there we go. I don't know. So it's on the screen. It's right here. So what I did was then I started studying these ballroom dance videos until I came up with a sequence that represented pretty much what I wanted on this page. And it came out so well that I had altered it and kind of like put it all together and then created like a really rough animated sequence, a faux animated sequence from it, from this sequence. And then Mike Jimmy, when I showed it, posted it on Facebook, Mike Jimmy goes, "Oh, I want to do the in-betweening to that." And I go, "Are you crazy?" I just did this accidentally. I just did this accidentally, but he wanted to he wanted to take on the challenge of finishing the loop, I guess. And here we are today. And I just so this is the piece that I'm working on at the same time. It has nothing to do with anything with the animation. This is actually something that I started on my show yesterday, and I figure since Mike Jimmy's going to be animating, I might as well work at the same time too and finish the piece that I was supposed to. So I sent Mike Jimmy the sketches, the individual sketches that I did, and I go, "Look, if you can figure this out, and you actually complete the loop, I guess, like you do a full like loop, I'll ink it in and color it in, and then we'll have an actual like little animated sequence."
So
and color and everything. So
fun fact.
Yeah.
Yes, it loops.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Um,
that was well, I mean, it's I guess it would make sense if it looped. So, but I mean, I can really see even with what little you've done so far. Like I can see where it's like, oh my god, it's actually like moving.
so there is one point in the sequence that
Yeah.
is actually um, not entirely correct, and it's right here. And let me make
Right.
myself big for this one.
Well, yeah, because
So
I didn't draw this for animation technically, so
so this is the only one
right,
where the characters are the wrong way around.
right,
So if it wasn't for like this frame on its own, so
right,
here Daniel is in front,
yeah,
and then Egoraven is in front,
yeah,
and then Egoraven is in the back again. That is the
right,
only
yeah,
one where I'm like, I gotta have to work around that.
right.
Everything
Yeah.
else actually really
Right.
works.
You know what I found though? I still have the video that in the end I ended up basing the sequence
Mm-hmm.
on. It's like I said, it was a ballroom dance competition that in the that had that pretty much had kind of the sequence that I was looking for, and that was the video that I based this on. And I said I could send you the link, and maybe if that gives you like some kind of idea
Oh yeah, no, I
as
love
to
that.
yeah,
So
you know,
references are always a good idea.
right.
Never let anyone tell you otherwise.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, because it's like yeah, it was the exact video that I was using. So yeah, I could send you that. So maybe that'll give you like a clue as to how to work around that skip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because they're like right now these are just ones and twos. Like
Uh-huh.
it's barely.
Like, oh my God, like that movement, that arm movement. It's
That is
like,
so
oh
hard.
my god, oh my god. No, because you know what this would be really cool once it's completely done. It's like how like in OBS, especially when people are streaming on Twitch, that they have the transition
Yes.
screens, when they switch cameras, and it's like that would make such a really good transition
Oh
screen,
yeah.
transition screen, and it's like, yeah, I could definitely, yeah. So if you can finish that animation, I will ink in color all of the entire sequence.
Yeah, no, actually, like that is no problem at all.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's like that's because I was looking at some animation tutorials the other day, because there is no way I'm going to be doing any traditional animation like
yeah.
outside of accidental like this one. um I was looking at like animating still photos in After Effects,
Mm-hmm.
and um yeah, the I don't know, the rigging really intimidates me. Like it's almost like, wow, I'd rather animate by hand
I
than do
yeah.
rigging.
I actually completely get you. It's
Yeah.
like I know someone who does VTuber skins. Like she
Uh-huh.
taught herself to do them on her own.
Right.
It's insane. There's like 600 and like 600 points to a
Yeah.
basic VTuber face. It's like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
don't
no.
do that to
No, I mean
yourself.
it's yeah, cuz Vest does those too. Visenia, she does yeah, she does like VTubers, and to watch her do the mesh work and the points and the
Yeah,
physics of it, it's like, you know what, yeah, I think I'll do that by hand.
yeah. No, honestly, there because you can get away with so much more by hand.
Yeah.
It's yeah, like speaking of getting away with it by hand, I kind of lost my train of thought on this one.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just
Oh, you'll
uh,
get it back.
oh yeah, no, it's just
uh,
like where do I go? So this is front face. Yeah. And,
Because I mean that trailer though, the Cora trailer though. I mean, what that took you like just what the 30 seconds took you like 6 months or something.
yeah, something like that. And that is like looking back, that is one of the easier things that I've done because
Huh.
the lip syncing for the average um like scene for the pilot
Uh huh.
it like it's way harder and yeah I respect people who do this as a job and
Right.
I'm respecting them even more and more the more
Right.
I'm doing it.
I mean, but you were getting a lot of help from John Celestri for a bit,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, like
Yeah.
he's been invaluable when it comes to me starting this whole journey. And honestly, like he, um, it's a shame we don't have Sketchy Saturday as much anymore, or it kind of fell apart.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like because he got sick.
Oh yeah, no, like
I mean, yeah, and it just kind of like just got difficult to maintain on their end. So,
yeah, no, it's been difficult to maintain on
uh-huh.
their end. Like my
Yeah.
life just went all over the place as well. Uh, like yeah, at some point, like yeah, I can't do this anymore, and
Right. Yeah.
but the amount of information that you could get out of everyone there is absolutely insane.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, people, if you want to know a lot about art, if you want really deep discussions about art, check out Sketchy Saturday from 2022 and
Yeah.
2023. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so much info in there, and it's a lovely stream to just have in your background, and it's got a
Yeah,
huge archive.
that's what makes it nice. Everyone's just, drawing and talking shop and
Yeah,
uh-huh.
and me still not being done with Life on Cora 7 at the time, not being
Uh
done for another 2 years. Yeah,
well, I mean, but that's just animation in general. I mean, that's what was that?
oh no, I'm talking about the comics. Like I
Oh,
slacked on the comics
all
hard.
right. Well, it's like you said, you had a lot, going on, and it's like, and sometimes that just happens.
Oh sure.
Um, you know, um, comics are a lot easier to do when you're not stressing over them.
Yeah, not having to completely
Yeah,
redo your entire apartment and
right. Yeah,
oh
exactly. Yeah. But so you have Cora on Kickstarter right now,
yeah, I
right?
got it on Kickstarter. I got it on Fund My Comic
Mm-hmm.
on where is it? On Kickstarter, we are currently 75% funded. We
Oh, that's
had
good.
an
That's good.
awesome person just drop over 200 euros on an original piece, and on Fund My Comic, we have two backers. But I'm gonna switch that to a storefront, and people are just gonna be able to get it.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that's smart.
Let me see. Why isn't it sharing the entire screen? Um, there it is.
Huh.
Products, not the screen that I want. Not that one. Come on. There we
Ah,
go.
there we go.
Aha.
Huh.
So yeah, we got 750 euros over on Kickstarter and 50 on on the Fun My Comic. Either way, we're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And be sure to share out the link for people who already backed or don't feel like glitching. That is
Huh.
absolutely okay. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like Kickstarters or so. I mean, any type of crowdfunding is such is
Yeah.
it's I'm still exhausted from the Tall Tales one that I just finished on Friday, and I'm just revving up to start another one.
I get you. Like they are
Uh,
absolutely insane, and I don't have nearly the amount of time that I would actually need
yeah.
to get going on it. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like in the end, it's like it is what it is. Um, I mean, it's like you have the books, you have a storefront,
Oh yeah,
anyway, right? So even if somebody didn't want to deal with the crowdfunding, they could just buy it off of your store. The only
oh yeah,
difference is that they don't get like cool stuff like stickers or like the special stickers and things.
yeah. Like they don't get the premium.
Right, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Let's see. Where are we going with this? Oh dear, we're going all over the place, and
So you're using so what are you using to animate? Clip Studio?
yeah, this is just Clip Studio,
Mm-hmm.
straight up. So everything I do is also a clip file. So I could literally just drop this to you, and you would have all the layers, and I could literally explain like, so this is how you actually make layers in
Right.
animation, because that's
Right.
a whole
Well, yeah,
different
that would
ballpark
be cool.
too.
Yeah, that would be cool because I'm working in Clip Studio too. So yeah, it'd be very so that way when you finally, when you finish it, all you have to do is just give me the file and then I could just work from the same file.
Exactly. Like, and
Yeah.
it's honestly it's very easy to get into. It's a couple of like nicks that you gotta understand, and otherwise it's
Mhm.
just yeah, really basic. Let's, uh, there is more space between that.
Yeah, so what I'm working on is the cover to Egoraven Volume 3,
Ooh,
because I've already finished penciling issues 9 through 12, which completes a volume. So I figure I might as well just get started on the cover as well to kind of like finish the pack. And so yeah, let me just show what the entire cover looks like. That
yes, please.
Yeah, so the layout for this is the layout for the full for the volume 3. So to kind of give everyone a little perspective, like this is the cover for volume 1, which will be available on the campaign. And this is the cover for volume 2, which this is what for the upcoming campaign is for. So volume 1 collects issues 1 through 4, and volume 2 collects issues 5 through 8. And so I brought these into the file so that I could be create create a consistent theme throughout the three. Well, in the end, there's going to be 4 covers, so I wanted to keep everything consistent between covers, and I figured that if I ink in Egoraven first,
Hmm.
that I'll be able to make a sticker out of it. So, at least if I do that first, then it could serve a dual purpose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
work smarter, not harder.
Oh, right. Exactly. Exactly. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm working on, because then it's like, even though I'm working in Clip Studio, I'm not completely familiar with it. So what I do is once I finish inking this, she's on her own layer, then I just convert the layer to a Photoshop file, and then I color in Photoshop. It sounds redundant, which it is, because technically Clip Studio can do the same thing as Photoshop pretty
Not
much.
entirely.
But yeah, but that's the problem. That's the not entirely part that keeps tripping me up.
Yeah.
So it's much faster for me to color in Photoshop than it is for me to kind of learn how to do it in Clip Studio right now. Um, so yeah, so right now I just use Clip Studio for penciling and inking, and then I finish everything else in Photoshop. So I figure I'm paying for the suite anyway because I use a lot more of the programs than just Photoshop. So yeah, so I'm paying for it anyway, so might as well keep using it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, like the thing is with Clip, it doesn't work in CMYK. If you're
Right.
working to print,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the best program to use.
Right.
And
Which, yeah, it's like it depending on, yeah, what capacity, of print, because the ironic thing about it is that I don't work in CMYK. And all
yeah,
my everything I color, I do everything in RGB because in the end, it's like I've worked in print, so I've worked on things that are straight
hmm
CMYK, so I understand what it does, and
yeah.
but like with my stuff, I've never seen a real difference between converting it to CMYK or working in CMYK and having to convert it to RGB and back and forth. So I just work in RGB because it's less stress on my processor, because CMYK is you're working with a much larger file.
Oh yeah. No, I get you.
Yeah, so if I don't have to work like that, then I don't. It's like you said, work smarter, not harder. So if CMYK doesn't really, I don't see a difference between my work in either format, then I'm going to use the format that's less stressful for my computer to work in.
Well, the thing is too, if you export in CMYK anyway, the printer isn't going to care. And honestly, even if you export your PDF in RGB,
Uh-huh.
um, a digital printer is going to care. And as long as you
Right.
do
Yeah.
print on demand, like they're just gonna push it out. They don't
Right.
care, and it doesn't look all that different. If
No,
anything, it looks
yeah.
closer.
Right. I mean, I think that honestly, like, unless you're using a very specific color palette or you're using a lot of photography, then yeah, then that would probably make a difference, because that I've seen differences in, where it's like in RGB skin tones look normal, but then when you convert to CMYK, skin tones end up with like either
Yes.
a reddish or a greenish undertone, like overtone actually. So yeah, I've seen where it does make a difference, but yeah, with my work, it does. Yeah, and it's like you said, ironically, especially with print on demand, technically that's all RGB anyway.
Yeah.
technically
Like,
technically
yeah.
um even though, yes, it's kind of like, yeah, it's with digital, yeah, but it's like if you're working on if you're getting printed offset, then it's different. But again, it's like my work, I've never seen a problem with it. So yeah, I just work with what's easiest for my computer to process.
See, I got a feeling this frame is awful.
Huh.
Mhm.
Well, unfortunately, it's my artwork, but I can't help you with it. Because it's like, oh, that in betweening, like I said, the closest thing help I could give you is to give you the link to the actual video that I used. Actually, let me send that to you before I forget.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing is, like, it's technically this is a key, and that's the
Right.
thing.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, yeah, this one. So it's punk punk. Like
Right.
it's these
Yeah,
it's
it's like, yeah,
that
it has like a
sequence.
weird, yeah, it has like a weird skip in it. Yeah, I mean, I guess like maybe if you had them spin fast enough that it's less noticeable, I guess.
Yeah, I could technically do that, and
Right.
because like I wasn't going to do like I wasn't going to do ones here. Like I'm not going
Right.
to do every single frame because
Right.
that would not work. Like I use it to hold, for
Mm-hmm.
example, here,
Right.
like Egoraven
Yeah.
is throwing back her hair just a bit,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
hold, and then they start moving again, and they're moving, you know,
Right. Oh my
towards.
God. It's like, oh my God. Look at that.
And this was the
Like
easy part.
I know, like I can recognize immediately, that it's
Okay,
like,
here. So
yeah.
let me, because yeah, this one is off by a few frames. Let me see. Where is it? So yeah, this is equal, and then this one is here, I think. Where is this one? Oh, no. Oh wait, that's way further. There we go.
Right. Oh,
So
okay.
this is how many frames I put in between.
Wow. Like I could see the difference. Like the difference that makes.
And again, these aren't exactly many frames. It's just
Right.
following, like understanding where the movement starts and where it stops.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, you got a quick start. Like this is
I
the
mean, the thing almost looks rotoscoped. And I know it's not rotoscoped because
for
I
once
didn't
it isn't.
rotoscope it, I didn't rotoscope it. I was just watching a video and squinting really hard. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's the video. Let me see. So I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna send it in your Facebook. The link in your
Yes,
to
please.
your DM.
Yeah, it's probably got copyrighted music on there, so I
Oh
can't
yeah,
use
yeah,
it.
yeah. No. Yeah, I wouldn't play it. Yeah, but yeah. So I was looking for something else uh in my folders, and I came across that, and it's like, oh, this is the video.
Let's see.
Because I'm always using videos as reference.
Yeah, no,
Like,
like makes
yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm. Like just like there was one scene that I just recently finished where like I was watching I had to watch I had to watch Ong Bak, the Thai warrior, the movie.
Doesn't ring a bell. I'm not
Right.
that big
No,
in
yeah,
this
it's
movie
it's a
now.
Thai it's a Thai movie with Tony Jaa, and it's called Ong Bak, the Thai warrior, and it's like, and I had to watch that movie to kind of get the fight scenes, to kind of get like to lay out like try to figure out like what kind of fight scene I was looking for, and then whatever like I had kind of the idea that I got from that, then I tried to like lay it out using kind of like maquettes, so it's like trying
Yeah.
to, like time it out. And because like, yeah, because like it's not just about putting, pop a fight scene on a page. It's like you really have to time it out, and
Yes, it
it,
takes way more. Like a fight scene doesn't feel like a fight scene unless there's build up towards it.
oh, right,
And
exactly. So it's like, it's yeah, it's kind of like doing animation on a page,
yeah,
but it's just in still form. But it is, you're doing it when you're doing a comic page right when you do get that sense of movement of time,
yes,
as opposed to like it feels like you're just looking at static pictures. Um,
So I actually had an article about that not too long ago, or
Uh-huh.
it was a movie. I'm not entirely sure, but apparently, every, or no, I think it was actually one of the vlogs where you were talking about everything um, fight scene related is done by the same company.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was yeah, because that was a video essay that I was watching, and they were trying to explain why action movies all look the same now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we talked about it on the vlog, and yeah, there's one company that pretty much does most of the fight scenes in Hollywood, to the point that the actual director of the movie has nothing to do with it.
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I was really surprised. They're called, well, they're it's like they're second unit. They're called second units. And usually those are like if the director, like they don't, like the director doesn't have the time and
Hmm.
they have to get scenes done at the same time. Like to give you an example, like for The Hobbit, for whatever the Hobbit movie, however anybody thinks about that movie, that's not the point. But Peter Jackson had what was his name? Circus? I forgot it. I forgot his first name. He played Goll. He was the model for Gollum.
Ah,
Uh
yeah.
so he became a second unit director. So whatever Peter Jackson couldn't film, and I think it was Anthony Circus, right? I'm pretty sure. Let me
Yeah, yeah.
hold on. I
I'm
I, I
awful
just
with
want to make
names, so
sure. Andy Circus. Andy
ah,
Circus. He was the second director. Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
ah,
They he was the second director on the movie. So whatever Peter Jackson couldn't do, then Andy Serkis did certain scenes, filmed certain scenes, directed
hmm,
certain scenes. So yeah, so with fight sequences nowadays, there's one particular company formed by the two guys who pretty much created John Wick, although they started working together before John Wick on the Born Supremacy,
hmm,
um the Born Jason Bourne movies. I forgot what the first one's called. I think it's the first
yeah,
one's just called Jason Bourne. Um and now it's like whenever there's like, especially like they were talking about Disney in general, because they're the ones getting the most flack for this sameness in their movies. And what it is that they have this company film all their fight sequences in advance. So then they
yeah.
hire a director, and then it's the director's job to stitch those fight scenes in the movie, regardless of what the context of the
It's
scenes are.
insane.
Yeah, it's
It's
insane. But
insane.
that's the thing that, directors have quit over that.
Yeah,
The original director for Black Widow, like she says, "What? No." And she quit right then and there. She's like,
yeah.
"No, it's like either I do the entire movie or I do nothing." Um and it's the reason why you have some movies that have fight scenes that seem like they come out of nowhere, or it's like, or they just seem like a little disjointed from the rest of the movie. It's because of that, because they really were just dropped in. Um, and then he was talking about like, well, what makes movies like John Wick and Jason Bourne and some other action movies work? And the Disney movies seem kind of like boring after a while, because it's because the fight scenes are done in service to the story. Like the
Yeah.
story is first, while with Disney, the story is in service to the fight scene.
Something. The
But
mouse.
in John Wick, the fight, the story is the fight scenes are in service to the story. There's still a story there. That's why you care about the fight scenes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like in a lot, because I find the Disney superhero movies atrociously boring.
Yes.
I really do. And I really do think it's because I have no nostalgia to latch on to begin with when it comes to those movies. So that means that whatever else is missing, I notice it. because there's no they're because they're trying to use nostalgia to just sell, like to hook up to your emotional state, and then that's what carries the movie. Four did. That's why the movies fall flat.
Yeah.
So I found a lot. It's like, okay, okay, Iron Man was, it's like it was an okay movie, the first Avenger, the Captain America. It
Oh
was a
yeah,
good,
no, that was a
it was
great
a
one.
good movie.
Yeah,
That was a good movie. It was entertaining, but as it went along, it just like, oh, this is really boring the shit out of me. Because after a while, it's like, I really don't care about these characters that much.
No, it's at some point it's just over. It's done.
Yeah. So that was, so when I'm planning these fight scenes for the comic, or pretty much any scene for the comic, it has to work in the parameters of the book. It has to work with the story. It has to feel like it makes sense with the story. So so I'm always watching a lot of videos, planning it out. Like, I think that this one fight scene took me about 2 days to plot out, and then once I had all the poses and everything done, then I was able to go in and actually draw the pages. But yeah, you can't just plop things in if you want it to mean something.
And that counts for everything, guys.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with this dance sequence. It had to make sense. And I didn't want it to just, you show 3 panels and that's it. It's like, that's why it ended up this whole sequence, because I wanted to like, when you see it on the page, where you get this sense of importance, because there is so many pieces to it that you have to follow, right? So,
and the thing is, on the page it feels very quick, because you put the characters very closely together. It has a very clear snake, and they overlap, so it's a very quick sequence. And that made it very easy to translate into animation, because it already has that speed. So all I had to do was time it out for, on an actual timeline, and go, so this works and this doesn't. Why doesn't it work? This just needs 2 more frames here.
Right.
And like small things like that, because
because it's already 12 frames.
Yeah.
Right. So it's already 12. So what is it? It's like 24 frames make a second.
Yeah.
So you're halfway there.
We're doing a little longer than
well,
1
yeah,
second.
exactly.
Let's see. And so her head comes up. It is in between. And so arm is like here. And again, I'm doing, like, these are rough, and the reason they need to be rough is that the motion is more important than the movement is more important than it working.
Oh yeah, because that's how I started it. It's literally like, let me see if I could find the actual sketches. Let me see. I think I had opened them already. Hold on. I think this is it. Like, these are my actual sketches that I worked from, that I made watching the video. So I was watching the video, and I was like I said, I was squinting and pausing a lot and trying to get again, the movement was more important than what they looked like. So that's so it's like, so I completely understand that. And then it's like, do I still have that file here? Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I have that. Let me see. Uh, I know. Yeah, because it's like then it's like I did something else. Where is it? Is it in here? Oh, here we go. So then I cleaned up the
Yeah.
sketches, right, to create the sequence that I wanted. And then when I put them in the page, then it's like what I did was to create that as an additional sense of movement. The I kind of like slowly sized them up so they would kind of like look like they're coming closer
Mm-hmm.
to the
To the eye.
to the reader. So it planning. It requires a
Yeah.
lot of planning, to make to not only get the movement right, but also to get the feeling of the panel correct.
Let me show you guys what I got so
Okay,
far.
well, let's see what we got.
And no, that's a catalog. And I
Oh
tab.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I mean, I can really see how those the extra frames are making such a huge difference.
Aha, I'm hearing a very hungry baby.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
there is a banner going down below, and yes, warning, there is a
right.
baby.
There
Her
there
crying means that I'm mute, so we can take care of her. Thank you for
Oh, okay.
understanding.
There we go. There we go. Yes, the baby needs to eat.
Mom is taking care of it, but I
Uh-huh.
cannot
Make
promise that she
noise.
won't. Like, I cannot promise she won't make noise. She's a baby.
Right. Look, honestly, it's like, look, if I have everybody putting up with a parrot in the background, I think people can handle hearing baby noises.
You would be surprised. People are a lot more anti-crying baby than they are against parrots, and
Screaming
yeah.
parrots. I mean, because I mean, I've heard some obnoxious noises out of this bird. So it's like, I don't know. I don't
That is
know.
true.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, like just like that.
Uh-huh.
Just adding that extra in between. She moves. And now I just gotta get one in between here and here. Okay, there we go. So that's what I still have to put in between it too. But this sequence is fine. Let me see. So that is for B. Because that is an empty layer. And we just go like so. Let's see. Yeah, no, I know, Carl. It's not the first time you've heard a crying baby, and most people on this channel haven't. Um, but it's a little different when there is no crying baby and you hear a crying baby.
And then it's like, yeah, because he says crying cats, though. Those
Oh,
are,
yeah,
yeah, those are creepy.
well,
Because they
yeah,
don't sound quite right. So
no,
you know it's not a baby, but there's something not quite right. So it's kind of like, you know.
yeah, no, exactly. Like crying baby is triggered grandparent instinct. Like, yeah, it's for a lot of people it's triggering because it literally turned like it. We are programmed to hate it. We are programmed to worry about it and to want to do something about it.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's why the warning is there because it is. I'm having mine activated right now. So, like, I know Luce is taking care of it and I'm not worried about it at all. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's a thing. It's been about 39 years since I had a crying baby in the house. That's been a while, Carl. It's been now for me.
Uh,
Let me see. So there we are. Oh yeah, Dan. Now you're here.
what?
No, Dan.
Oh,
So in chat.
ah.
I would love to use your music as background music. Would you be okay with that? And if so, could you send me an album so I can put it in the back?
Oh, very nice.
Because Dan is also doing the soundtrack for the pilot. He is the one that actually made the intro music.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. So that's all original music.
Yes, it is.
Have you tried? Has someone tried copywriting striking it? Like you get those bots sometimes.
No, because I actually I actually can show people it's been licensed by Dan,
Right.
so I can just find it immediately. They did try it on the old trailer music that I have,
Uh huh.
which is like very heavy drums,
Right.
which is by my old roomie, to which I go, yeah,
Right.
no, you're not getting away with anything.
Right.
And the thing that I always got in trouble with was Critical Blast for some reason with his trailer
Oh
back in the
yeah.
day.
Huh.
Um,
Was that original music or?
it was, yeah, but
Oh, but
someone always copyright struck it because YouTube is dumb.
right, because I guess because there's a lot of like copyright trolls where it's like they just do that seeing if they could just
Yeah,
if you don't
just to get
fight
them
it,
down.
yeah, just to kind of like get your revenue.
Poor Luce. I'm hearing a very, very disgruntled baby go, beep. Hungry.
Oh, Carl says someone tried to copyright strike the Star Spangled Banner and got Stupid O'Clock banned in some countries. Yeah,
Oh,
usually
wow.
it's Russia. Usually the ones that I see when it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, you can't, the video can't be seen in Russia. And it's like, and there just comes a point where it's like, okay, all right,
Yeah, okay, well,
just,
sorry,
you guys miss
Russians.
out.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's, yeah.
Very hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
As you can imagine, because she's gonna get her last bite of today. I'm not gonna mute right now. Yeah, you will just have to deal with a very disgruntled baby for just a couple of minutes.
Oh, I'm sure everyone can handle it. Yeah.
If they can't, your problem. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Carl says hello to Lois and Aurora.
So it's loose, and
It's
a
loose.
single S. Loose.
Oh, loose.
Yeah. So it's a very Dutch name.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we hear Lois, we hear Lowe's.
So it's not Lois.
No, it's not. It's loose. Just
It's loose.
plain loose.
Uh-huh.
Just like Footloose.
It's like
Just-
loose. It's like
Footloose.
Footloose. It's like Footloose.
They heard that. Background sound by Aurora, copyright. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
How to make sure you never get copyright struck? Have someone talk over it, aka a baby crying.
Yeah, but actually, yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. There was a Pulp Fiction clip that I have that had obviously copyrighted music in the background. So what I did was I overlapped a similar sounding music over it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Works.
that yeah, and it worked. We never got a strike on it. We played it a couple of times, we never got a strike on it.
1 second. What's that? Yeah. Hold on.
Uh-huh. Oh, does somebody own the rights to the Wilhelm? I mean, I guess it's the Wilhelm scream, so somebody has. I guess it's like somebody has to own it, right? I would think. I don't think that's in that's not copyright free sounds. Is it or isn't it? You know, who owns the
The Wilhelm
Wilhelm
scream.
scream? Yeah.
That is just a sound effect pack. That
But is it copyright free?
No, it's not actually.
Right.
That's why it's so often heard in movies.
Yeah.
Because it is actually in a copyrighted pack, and so they don't have to reinvent new screams every single time.
Right.
And they turned it into, well, because it's a meme now. Like they're like, oh, that means that we can use it even more.
Huh.
Okay. I think that is about a sequence done again. Almost. Go. There we go. Just like that.
Just like that. That is so funny. I still can't get over it. Yeah, that's gonna look really good as a transition string. I think Carl called it a stinger.
Yeah, they're called
Yeah.
stingers.
Uh-huh.
Arcad Strips was concerned for Aurora, but now he's happy again. Yeah, Aurora is happy too. She's drinking away, though I'm pretty sure she's giving Mom a bad time. Exactly. Okay. All right, and then we go to the next. Actually, no. Let me add the tail on this part as well. Because, okay, gonna be honest, your tail is way off.
Well, like I said, it's not drawn for accuracy. It's not drawn for accuracy.
Like I actually have the
at least the tail should be should be something that's a lot easier to change.
Yes.
And adjust according to the animation than anything else.
That is the old one. I think so. I think this is the old one. So with like the sequence, I did completely the same, but the way that this had to whip in order to start, the sequence and end up like with the tail like this. It was just way off.
Right. Yeah.
And so this is what I did instead. And so now the tail actually follows the back, and
Yeah,
it
I mean,
actually.
you have to, you have to adjust it. I mean, yeah, for what, for what you're doing, and it's like, yeah, it's like I'm sure that, like I said, no, this, even though I could fake, that's why I call it a fake animation, because I did not draw this at all to be actually animated.
See.
Yeah.
I generally charge 50 cents per song, $10 per album. Yeah, I'll have to get on that when I actually have money, because I have been jobless for the last 6 months. Hey, if people
Oh,
want to commission me, feel free to. I'm open.
oh, there you go.
I could use some.
Uh,
We could use some, honestly.
uh.
Her tail is a little high there from all the cat behinds that I've seen. Carl, we don't need to know your body count. Thank you very much. That was an open door, and I took it.
uh,
Let's see. So that is a new animation set as well. So that's got there. Yeah. And so I'm actually gonna do here.
Yeah, I think that the closest that I would do to actual, like, if I were to, like, is to do storyboards, animated
Storyboards.
storyboards.
They um uh, yeah, no, I honestly I would try it at least for a few scenes,
Yeah,
just to get a feel for it. Because as a comic artist, it's actually very easy to jump into storyboards.
yeah.
Um, because it's starting to understand. It's just a little like they're not easier.
No,
They're
right.
they're not they're not one on one. And I can know I've made them for the pilot now, and they're
Hmm.
not one on one. But um, as a comic creator, they do um, allow you, like they give a different understanding for comic panels
Hmm.
that um, yeah, if you like, for the sake of just trying, I suggest going
Yeah.
for a storyboard, just even for like just a rough in between for a bit of dialogue.
Yeah, yeah.
It gives you a better understanding of visual narrative than comics can directly.
Right. Yeah, because and also it's like there's, you don't really need to be clean with it.
No,
Because like most storyboards that I see are just like all sketches that are just like animated just enough.
yes, and that's the point. They need to be
Yeah,
animated just enough for um, the people you work with to
right.
understand where something is going.
Yeah.
Um, and it's the same for like all of these, all the in betweens that I'm making here are so. If you wanted to, I could literally drop you this file with just these, the sketches in there, and you would be able to draw over the characters completely.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I
And a
mean, which
storyboard
is,
is,
yeah.
yeah, the
Uh-huh.
step before that. You essentially gave me the storyboard.
Right. Like, yeah, that's, yeah, that's what I would be. Yeah. That, so it's like, so technically, yeah, that's why I found it so funny when I did the sequence. I was like, oh, you know what, let me mess around with this. And yeah, that's what I usually see with the storyboard animations. It's just the next, just these sequences put together. It's like, it's not that difficult, but at the same time, it's, you still have to put in the work to get the sequence.
So I removed the one where the characters were flipped around because I can animate this to this,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't just give him a complete twirl again.
Right.
I'm not that good.
Ha.
Or it would take me ages, and I don't have ages.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah. It's like I wouldn't want you to like go completely ham on this. It's just
But I like going ham on things.
right.
And it works the other way around too.
It's just yeah. It's like we're just we're just playing around with a nice little loop and just having fun with
Let's
it.
see. Playback settings. Edit track. No, wait. Okay. Edit. Sorry. How do I do that again? Man. I know there's a way to play it with less panels every second.
Mhm.
I just don't remember how.
Oh.
Back. So you're just gonna have to deal with me scrolling slowly, guys.
Right.
God, I'm happy with this.
Oh, I'm happy with it too. I mean, it's like I said, it's just so trippy to see it.
I'm really glad I read the detail. All right. So more in betweens.
And then it's like and then when the issue 13 campaign goes live on Kickstarter, then it's like we could use that somewhere on it, like either in the video or something.
Oh yeah, like of course you're that's the whole point. If you got it, you use it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Honestly, if you'd like to have more animated, like I would be totally in for it.
Ha!
It's good practice, honestly. And so the animation cell. So this panel is a hold frame. And so that means that the tail is going to loop around, and I'm doing that right because the tail is going to go. It's going to in. And disappear somewhat. There. They're going to hold here, which means that the speed is going to slow down. So this is actually going to be a 1 again. And all I'm going to do here is end the motion.
Huh.
So they're going to be
so
slightly...
yeah, so once you have all the frames, right? So it's like, so I'm going to have to go in and pencil in all the details on top of those frames, right? Like you just give me the file and then I just fill in the rest of the details, right? Is that how that's going to work? Or
I can fill in the details too, honestly. Like it's
like you can, because I was wondering, it's like, so are you going to like go all the way with it, or or do I have
honestly,
to go in?
if you I'd be cool with that. I really don't mind.
Right.
And especially when it comes to like the motion as a whole. Yeah, like I don't mind. Like I'm probably gonna forget details because
Right.
they're not
I
my
mean, because
characters. But
Right, because it's like when I was doing the initial sequence, I was very surprised at how quickly I was able to get through it.
oh yeah,
Because it's like, you draw I draw my own characters enough, that it's just, muscle memory at this point. So yeah, so that would be like so what's happening is that you're doing the animation, and then I would have to do the cleanup. That's it.
there we go.
That's the phrase. Yeah. So I would be doing the cleanup. So you're doing the in-betweens, and then I would do the follow up with the cleanup.
Sorry. Ooh. I'm getting the question, do we want to see Aurora? And I know the answer from the chat already. So let's go bring her up.
Ja, dan mag je dat gaan.
There we go.
Je moet zelf wel zien in mijn pyjama op YouTube.
Fair enough. BRB.
There we go. There's your so Aurora's going to be doing the cleanup. She will be our ink and paint girl. She will be doing ink and paint on the final animation.
Oh, little baby. Ah, gotcha.
Right. So once I finish the cleanup, then Aurora is going to do the ink and paint.
Oh yeah,
right?
No, of course.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
Everybody works on this.
Exactly. Like
right.
you can't teach them young enough. Like they need to start early. Otherwise, they can't work for free. And while they are your kids, you can just write them off as interns.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
And the poor thing is like, the hell?
Oh,
yeah. And daddy's talking in a different language, and you're going, yeah, exactly.
She'll probably pick up English really, really fast.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm already reading to her in English, and Luz reads to her in Dutch. So we try and teach her bilingually.
Yeah.
And while she doesn't say a word yet, it's good to start as soon as possible because it really gives them an advantage on the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That is animated. Yeah. A little squeaky. Yeah. Oh, that is a broke. Right. oh. That is my cable. Thank you very much.
No matter what, whether it's the cat, the bird, the baby, we have to keep them away from the cables. No matter what, everything has to stay away from the cables.
That is technically cold tea, so you could have that because it's caffeine free too. But no tea for the baby. Aurora, it's not the baby. Yeah, it's not the baby. It's a different baby. Oh, is a daddy and a baby on television? Sort of. I think, yeah. Oh, you're gonna be awful once you start talking and understanding what daddy is doing.
Oh no. Then she's gonna have to start storyboarding.
And then this happened. No, Aurora, that is not in the story, but it is in mine. Yes, it is. Yes, dear.
And then before you know it, she's doing her own story in Cora. Right?
That would be hilarious. It would be adorable. I would sue her for copyright infringement.
Oh, well, you got to teach them young. You got to teach them consequences young.
I got inspired.
Oh,
and here is your season fist.
Yeah, there you go. Baby's first C&D. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm having fun. Yeah, you're starting to stand up in your own on bit. Yeah, there we go.
She's in a sleeping bag because she started sleeping and like flipping over in bed for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's to keep them from falling out.
No, it's not to keep her from falling out. It's to keep her from rolling over, but she still does it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it means that she does it less.
Right.
And the general consensus nowadays is to keep her sleeping on her back
Uh-huh.
because that is the way to avoid most infant death
Right. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the first year. And so she is in a sleeping bag, and she looks just about ready to be baptized. And we keep joking about that.
Huh.
Yeah, we're not gonna baptize you. No, you're not atheist. You just don't care enough.
Right. That's different.
Exactly. And you're no holy baby. Your dad did too many weird things in order to be a holy baby. I mean, don't look up my fur affinity.
Well, that's a completely different. Nobody should be looking up our fur affinity accounts.
Exactly. And the whole reason there is money.
Right.
And if there's any other reason than money, then well, congratulations.
These are daddy's commissions.
Exactly. These are daddy's commissions.
Uh-huh.
They used to pay the bills.
Yes.
I'm glad they don't anymore. Yeah, because how much would you do for $600? Yes. Well, if it pays my rent, it will.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So many screens. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, well that's yeah. If you had told me like 5 years ago, I would end up like literally changing my office to optimize for camera for on camera use, I would have no. Now everything that happens in this office is like, okay, how does it look on camera? I bought a bookcase and I was like, how does it look on camera?
All right. No, we're running a bit late, but that's okay. I'm having fun.
Oh yeah, how long do you usually run?
I usually only go for an hour because
okay.
it is either I worked, I had Aurora all day because Thursday is my daddy day. As Luz has to go to the office on every Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And that is her only day she has to go to the office.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. That's good.
And so that means that I'm tired, Luz is tired, and we have a baby that is actually supposed to be asleep, but is cranky instead.
Right. Yeah. As babies are wont to be.
Yeah. So I'm trying to cut loose some slack and not go for more than an hour, but I'm hearing the dishwasher being done. So
I mean, whatever, however you want to run this, because I'm going to be working after this anyway, so I can keep going. But it is your show, so however you want to do it, that's fine too.
No, I'm probably gonna Gesundheit. I'm probably gonna slowly start settling down and start thanking people for hanging out with us today. Thanking you for hanging out and giving me the opportunity to work on your stuff for a while.
Oh, thank you, sir. I mean, it's like, look, it's not every day someone asks to like, oh, I want to animate your stuff. And it's like, okay.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I agree. It's not a very common thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because like I said, animation intimidates me only because of the amount of work that's involved. And I really don't have the time for it. Thank you, Carl.
I get you. Honestly, hung animation is my 1 hour a week that I actually work on this.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the pilot is taking so long too. If I was doing it full time, I could be a little faster.
Well, I mean, but you gotta pace yourself. You don't. Because I mean, it's very easy. Look, it's very easy for anything that we do to take up all of our time if we're not careful with it. and it's like,
oh, 1 second.
uh-huh.
Alrighty. Just talking about plans.
Oh, okay, everyone. Hello.
So yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. I was having fun doing this.
Me too. I mean, that is still so trippy. I can't get over that. But yeah, definitely. It's like, the second you finish the in-betweening, I'll be more than happy to clean it up. And then it's like color it, ink it, and color it. And then it's like, yeah, we can have like a whole sequence.
Oh yeah,
we're going to make everybody sick to death in seeing it because I'm going to be using it everywhere.
This is not a bad thing. Be sure to be like, Mike did this. Check him out.
Exactly.
Because more people need to know about Egoraven. Even though you're doing a million times better than I am, and you absolutely deserve it.
Thank you. I mean, it's been a journey. It's been a journey so far.
Oh yeah, no, all well deserved and very much. No, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of hard work.
Absolutely, yeah.
And not many people make that much work in a single year as you did.
I mean, look, so I surprised myself. I think I've done more work in the past 3 years than I've done in the past 20.
You know what?
That's what it feels like.
The thing is, you didn't have to go anywhere. You didn't have to go to cons. You didn't have to constantly sell your things to make more.
Yeah, that's true.
Crowdfunding does a lot of good. Yeah, it's good that that you're seeing the fruits of your labor.
Right. And it's like, and the best thing about crowdfunding is that there is no like real middleman. So it's like when you buy a book, my book or Mike Jimmy's book on any crowdfunder, you're supporting us directly. And that allows us to put more time and energy into these books that I'm very happy that everybody is enjoying. Because in the end, it's like that's why we do this, right? I mean, it's like we can say all we want, that it's like, oh, we do our work for an audience of one, but it's a lot more fun when we can share it.
Exactly.
It's a lot more fun. So I just want to thank everybody who supported Life on Cora, who supported Egoraven, who supported Tall Tales, and like I said, you're supporting us directly, and it allows us to put out more work for you guys to enjoy. So
exactly, and it means a lot. Like you're literally making this happen.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. And next week, hopefully, I'll have this sequence done. Gonna be working on it while this little girl takes her naps.
Oh, there you go.
Which is generally what happens anyway, and we will continue working on this little sequence.
I can't wait to see that entire pilot. I swear to God. Like I said, it was so fun when we were doing the voiceovers. And
have you seen a work in progress yet? Because I have everything storyboarded and voiceovered.
Oh, really? No, I don't think I have. Have you? Have you posted it or?
Yeah, no, it's on YouTube.
Really? Oh, then I probably missed it. Because you know how? Oh, on YouTube. Yeah, because YouTube's really bad at notifications. That's why we tell everybody to hit that notification bell.
All right.
You know.
So for anyone who wants to know, here is the link to the pilot with voiceover and storyboards and all the animation that I've done at that point.
Oh, that's cool.
And let
to
me
check
drop
that
it
out
in the private chat too for your convenience.
Sure.
And yeah, like I'm super proud. It was I premiered this when I did an interview with Molly Carroll, who is a creature consultant by trade, who is from a very big animation family. And so, yeah, I just got to interview her. She was doing a crowdfunder of her own. And yeah, we're just talking and like, yeah, she's an old friend of mine that I met through a game jam in 2015. And we just kept, low contact. And she was like, yeah, I'm working on a comic too, like 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, hold on. We can talk about this.
Yeah, funny you should say that.
Exactly. So, yeah, no, like we got back into contact. And yeah, she's like, holy crap, you made that in 2 years' time. You did more than a lot of indie creators do in 10.
Right. Yeah. That's funny.
Animation is hard.
Yes.
Holy crap.
I mean, there are very few animators that do, because I know that Bill Plimpton is the most famous one. I think like he's done most of his animation himself. I think like now he has like 10 people helping him, but still it's a very small, Ralph Bakshi has done animation on his own. What was his name? Not Herzog. It was something else. Dan Hirschfeld. Oh, I don't know, but he did. He did. He's done animation by himself too. I mean, it's possible, but it just requires
discipline.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah,
a little bit of insanity too. They say
exactly.
Just a bit. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Right.
We'll catch you next week, and we'll be back soon for the next Conga animation.
There you go. All right, bye everyone.